Hello, my name is Pricillia Catur Rizkyna, student number 1220112339194 from the Introduction to Film Studies course. On this occasion, I will share my review about the film entitled Jack. Film Jack is an Indonesian film released in 2019. The main character of this film is Zaki Abdullah, or commonly known as Jack, played by Arif Wibisono. The film, which is set in Surabaya, was directed by Muhammad Ainur Ridho. The scriptwriters of this film are Muhammad Ainur Ridho and Haikal Damara. Overall, this film tells about a young man named Zaki, or also known as Jack. He is a student who has not graduated for 7 years. With this situation, Zaki was squeezed by the problem of his thesis that he never finished. The reason is that Zaki is not interested in the college major he is currently pursuing, so he is too lazy to complete his thesis. Zaki is very interested in measuring art, but his father forbids Zaki from entering the art department because it is considered unfavorable for Zaki's life. Instead of working on his thesis, Zaki is pursuing his hobbies in the world of photography, editing, and design. On the sidelines of Zaki's life, which is pressured by those closest to him to complete his thesis, Zaki meets Mei Ling. Mei Ling, played by Christy, is the daughter of a drug seller that Zaki's father frequents in the Chinatown area. Long story short, the two of them are close but not as lovers, but close as two people who are close friends and also a business. At the end of the story, Zaki starts to get excited about completing his thesis and finally succeeds in graduating, and ends with Zaki being able to live according to what he wants. This film is closely related to the condition of the city of Surabaya. This film explains in detail the city of Surabaya. The first is a view of the city of Surabaya. The thing that is clearly illustrated is that there are tall buildings that are the hallmark of the capital city. Apart from that, this film shows the setting in several places in Surabaya. These places are considered very iconic because they are closely related to the city setting in Surabaya. These places include Kampung Lawas Maspati Surabaya, Cafe Loji, Jakir Watergate, Bungkul Park, Surabaya Mangrove Forest, and many more. Apart from that, this film, which highlights cultural diversity, also describes that culture. For example, the depiction of the Chinese Chinatown area in Surabaya with a Chinese temple as a background, and etc. In addition, the atmosphere in the Sunan Ampel Surabaya area is also described. On the other hand, there are also interesting things about the depiction of the city of Surabaya. This is a depiction of typical food or food that is famous in Surabaya, starting from rawon, tahu tek, to zangrandi ice cream. Attachment to the city of Surabaya. Of course, this film is also attached to the language of the city of Surabaya. Jack's films use the Javanese language, Surabayan, consistently from beginning to end. The use of this language is also quite detailed. One example is the pronunciation of each film character who is told to come from a different background. For example, the pronunciation of Arab descent, the use of Surabayan for Chinese descent, and Madurese descent. In addition, this film also emphasized diversity, especially in the city of Surabaya. The main character, Zaki, or commonly known as Jack, is of Arab descent. He lives in Ampel area, Surabaya. Both of his parents were traders in the area. Then, Zaki's friends also come from different backgrounds. Matsole is of Madurese descent. Kadir is originally from Surabaya, and Aseng is of Chinese descent. Apart from his friends, Mei Ling, Zaki's close friend, comes from a family of Chinese descent. In the middle of the story, there was a debate due to the closeness of Zaki and Mei Ling. This is due to the very striking difference between the two. Zaki is Muslim and of Arab descent. Meanwhile, Mei Ling is not a Muslim and she is of Chinese descent. They both also live in very different environments. Zaki lives in a Muslim area and among people of Arab descent, while Mei Ling lives in the Kelenteng area and among people of Chinese descent. From reading the surface structure above, it can be identified that the premise of this film is a person desires to live the life one wants to lead one to a clandestine struggle in a diverse background. The premise as well as diversity, if it is related to the characterizations and scenes in the film, it can be said that at the level of the deep structure of the film, Jack is actually talking about the life struggle of a young man in determining his life path. Thank you for listening to this podcast. See you.